So spoiled brats are literally the worst, but in today's story time, the spoiled brat acts so crazy that he actually ends up destroying his own house. Yeah, not even kidding. This is a pretty crazy one, so subscribe if you're new, and let's just jump right into it. So we're going to call the subscriber who submitted the story Ethan. So anyways, in Ethan's class, there's this spoiled brat, rich kid type dude, and he was always like, no one really liked him. And, sometimes you might be thinking, oh, well, I feel bad for the kid. If nobody liked him, that must have been really tough. And well, I'm sure it wasn't like super awesome that nobody liked him. Dude, at the end of the day, it was pretty deserved. I mean, this kid would literally be a jerk to everybody in class. Like, he would be ruthless. He'd be a jerk to literally everybody. I mean, someone would come in with, I don't know, a scruffy pair of shoes, and he'd be like, OMG, did you get those from the poor shop? Lol. Or something like that. Or, I don't know. He would just always be a jerk, right? So no one really liked him. And I think the spoiled kid's mom was kind of like looking at this and being like, oh, God, like, my son has no friends. But the spoiled kid's mom, instead of being like, oh, maybe I should make him a more likable individual. Maybe I should, I don't know, teach him some manners. Maybe I should actually be a good parent and tell him, like, I don't know, instruct my kid how, like, the real world works. No, instead the mom was like, all right, let's choose someone at random in your class and invite them over, and we will convince them that you're fun and that they should hang out with you. So yes, Ethan, the subscriber, was the random kid that they decided to invite over. Because one day, Friday night, Ethan is just chilling, I don't know, he's in his room, he's playing some video games or something, and his mom walks in, and she's like, hey, Ethan. He's like, yeah, what's up, Mom? And she's like, this is a little weird. Like, I didn't know you were friends with the spoiled kid. And, Ethan's like, what? No, like, I don't talk to that guy. And she's like, well, I just got a message on Facebook from the spoiled kid's mom saying that you're invited over to his house tomorrow. And Ethan's like, what? Like, I don't know that kid. He's a jerk. No one likes him. And she's like, Ethan, like, she seems very nice. Like, maybe you should go over and just figure it out. And Ethan's like, Mom, can you just tell them, like, I don't know, that we're busy or something? And she's like, Ethan, maybe we're just not giving this kid a chance. The truth was, Ethan was 100% right. This kid's the worst, and they were not giving him a chance because he sucked. That's why. But anyways, yeah, so Ethan's like, whatever, okay, fine. Ethan really should have pressed harder about not going because the spoiled kid was about to be the most spoiled kid ever, as you guys will see. However, Ethan's mom's like, great, I'll tell her that you're coming over. So Ethan goes back to playing video games, but now is thinking to himself, okay, man, I can't even enjoy a nice weekend to myself anymore because now I probably have to go and humor the spoiled kid. So yeah, anyways, the next day comes around and Ethan hops in the car with his mom as his mom is driving him over to the spoiled kid's house. And she's like, I've never been in this part of the neighborhood before. And sure enough, they go into the gated community, and Ethan's like, oh boy. And they go in, and, Ethan's mom's like, wow, look at all these houses. They're so nice. And they drive all the way down to the end of the gated community. And sure enough, the biggest, most I'm an idiot, dude. The nicest house. I can't speak right now. The nicest house. Guys, I can say big words. It's just my brain is melting. I just woke up. But anyways, yeah, so they go down to the nicest house, and sure enough, it is the spoiled kid's house. Luxury. I'm going to get so mad if I can't figure this out. Luxurious? Yeah, there we go. I'm sorry, my brain's melting. Anyways, so yeah, they get to the house, and they see they pull up into the driveway, and it is like the craziest house, bro. It is the craziest house. There's like a 5-car garage, a massive backyard. There's like, the house is crazy itself too. Like immediately Ethan's like, oh wow, okay. Well, this explains a few things. So anyways, they go up to the front door, they ring it, they hear a bunch of dogs barking, whatever. And eventually the spoiled kid's mom, or what is presumably the spoiled kid's mom, opens up the door. It's like, oh, you must be Ethan. Like, I'm so excited you could come over. And Ethan's like, haha, yeah, I'm excited too. I'm real excited right now. Super happy to be here right now because I love the spoiled kid. We're best friends. We're close, personal best friends. I really enjoy this. Yes, absolutely. You are correct. Yes. So he walks in, and at this point, Ethan's mom's like, all right, bye, guys. I'll be back, after dinner, because Ethan was invited for dinner, and he was told to get there, a little bit after 2. So he gets in there, and, the spoiled kid's mom's like, oh, so this spoiled kid is actually up in his room right now. Okay, she says this real name, which will be like Ben or something. We're just going to say spoiled kid. The spoiled kid's up in his room right now. I think he's playing some video games that I think you guys can bond over. How about you just go up there and talk to him? And, Ethan's like, oh, okay. Like, he didn't even stop playing his video games to come down and, like, talk to me or something. Like, okay, we're off to a great start. So anyways, Ethan walks up the stairs and eventually, like, he finds the spoiled kid's room because it's pretty obvious because it's like, spoiled kid's room, stay out, like, in a bunch of, like, stickers. And I don't know, it's very clear it's his room. And also, there's, like, really loud Fortnite sounds coming from the room. And then you hear screaming like, damn it, you're cheating, bro. You're hacking. You're hacking, bro. No. Like, a lot of stuff like that, right? So, Ethan eventually, like, he knocks on the door. He's like, he hears, go away, Mom. I'm playing Fortnite. And Ethan's like, yo, it's Ethan. The spoiled kid's like, oh, what's good, dude? Come on in. So anyways, Ethan opens up the door and walks on in. And the spoiled kid is playing Fortnite or whatever. And the spoiled kid's like, what's good, dude? Like, how we doing? I guess. And Ethan's like, oh, good. Like, how are you doing, man? Because look, what are they supposed to talk about? They never speak, right? So Ethan is like scrambling to figure out things to talk about. He's like, I think the spoiled kid, what do I even say to this guy, right? The spoiled kid kind of seems like he doesn't even want Ethan to be there. At least that's like the vibe that Ethan was getting. So Ethan kind of realizes that this kind of like playdate or whatever was probably orchestrated by the spoiled kid's mom, and the spoiled kid probably didn't even want to do this either. So both of them pretty clearly didn't want to be there because the spoiled kid didn't even turn around to look at Ethan. His eyes were locked into his screen the entire time playing Fortnite. So, I mean, for all the spoiled kid knows, some random guy, some random, like, child kidnapper or something has walked in, pretended to be Ethan, and is about to put a bag over his head and bring him over to Latvia, dude. Like, who even knows? But, yeah, okay, it was actually Ethan, not that random guy. But, yeah, they kind of sit there legitimately in silence, except the occasional, he's hacking! No one's that good! Which, the spoiled kid was losing all the time because, I don't know, he wasn't like a top-tier Fortnite player or whatever, and that game got sweaty fast. So, yeah, it is, like, really just annoying and uncomfortable. Because Ethan and the spoiled kid are just sitting there in silence. Like, Ethan is just, like, literally sitting on the side of the bed on his phone, awkwardly just, like, I don't know, checking the weather for the next 10 years or whatever. Because he's like, dude, what am I supposed to do? This kid is just playing Fortnite. He's not doing anything with me. Which, bro, if you're the host, like, you got to pay attention to your guest. Even if you don't want them to be there, they're there. Like, there's nothing you can change about that. Yeah, so Ethan was like, oh, well, this is a lot of fun. And that's when the spoiled kid starts to get really, really angry. He starts to get really mad because he's like, these kids are hacking. Look at this. Look at this crap. They're hacking. They're hacking. And the spoiled kid is getting angrier and angrier and angrier. And, he starts, like, slamming on his desk. He's like, bah, bah, bah. God damn it, these spoiled. Like, he's like, these kids are hacking. And then, the spoiled kid is getting angrier and angrier, and he's, like, starting to, like, throw stuff. So the spoiled kid legitimately takes, like, I don't know, some kind of, like a pencil and chucks it into the window. And the pencil literally breaks in half and splinters and flies everywhere. So Ethan kind of has to dodge, like, the splinters. He's like, oh, geez, right? So the spoiled kid keeps on playing, and he gets angrier and angrier. And this is when the spoiled kid does something absolutely crazy. So the spoiled kid gets so angry that he lost, because he loses the entire game. He starts shouting, these kids are hacking! Hackers! They must... Ah! He literally has a freaking mental breakdown as he goes over, he picks up his monitor. I'm not even kidding. He's like, Ethan, open the window. And Ethan's like, what? And the spoiled kid's like, Ethan, did you not hear me? Open the window. So Ethan is just, like, so taken off back because, like, this is legitimately, like, the third sentence the spoiled kid has said to him. The spoiled kid's like, hey, man. And then he's like, how's it going? And then a bunch of raging, and then he's like, open the frickin' window. So sure enough, Ethan decides, okay, well, I'm not gonna, like, not open the window, bro. Like, I'm not gonna make a problem. So he goes over, he opens up the window, and the spoiled kid's like, back away. And Ethan's like, what? And he's like, back away. So after opening up the window, Ethan kind of steps back. The spoiled kid legitimately takes his monitor and chucks it out the window. He's on the second story, dude. And so Ethan immediately rushes to the window and looks at it as the monitor falls, hits the pavement, because there's like a path or whatever, hits like the concrete path down below and just explodes into a million pieces. And Ethan's like, that's what they get for hacking. Or not Ethan, sorry. The spoiled kid's like, that's what they get for hacking on my video games. And Ethan in his head is like, first of all, you just destroyed your monitor. Like, are you serious right now? And then second of all, he's like, how did he get, like, how is that an own? How did he own the hackers from destroying his own monitor? Like, are you serious, bro? But yeah, anyways, the spoiled kid is like, all right, well, I'm done with Fortnite for now. I'll just put in a request for a new monitor. And literally, Ethan watches as the spoiled kid opens up his phone, opens up the Amazon app, gets like a $600 monitor. He's like, dude, what? It's only going to get here. It's going to get here in 2 days. Dude, I want to play Fortnite tomorrow. What the freak, bro? And Ethan is just like, so he just doesn't know how to even comprehend what's going on right now. Because the spoiled kid got mad at losing, because he's probably not that good at Fortnite. So he throws his monitor out the second story window and immediately doesn't care because he goes to just buy another one. And then he gets angry because his instant Amazon delivery won't deliver it to him tomorrow, but in fact, 2 days from now. Oh no, that's horrendous, man. Oh no. So Ethan's like, oh my God, I felt a little bad finding this kid annoying and not wanting to have anything to do with him. But now I feel like a genius. I feel like I was ahead of the curve ignoring this kid and avoiding him. So yeah, the spoiled kid's like, okay, bro, we got checks his phone. Okay, we got an hour before dinner. So what do you want to do, dude? And Ethan's just like, I don't know. The spoiled kid's like, thank you for being so helpful. Oh, actually, I have a good idea. Follow me. And Ethan's like, okay. So the spoiled kid walks down the stairs, and, the spoiled kid's mom's like, spoiled kid, what was that? He's like, Mom, they were hacking, so I had to own the frauds. We're going to the garage right now, Mom. And she's like, okay, but you can't drive the cars. And spoiled kid's like, whatever, Mom, we're going to go there and look at them. And so Ethan's like, okay. The mom took it pretty well that her son just threw a $600 monitor out the window. And what? So anyways, the spoiled kid brings them to the car garage. So this was a 4-car garage. And the spoiled kid's like, all right, well, Ethan, you've probably never seen a car over $200 before. So this can be a pretty crazy day for you, right? Ethan's like, I guess, what? Ethan didn't even have time to comprehend the diss. The spoiled kid is low-key sneak dissing him the entire time, calling him poor. But Ethan was just so bewildered and just overstimulated by everything that was going on in front of him that he didn't even have time to really comprehend at that very moment, the digs and insults and disses being thrown his way, because he was too busy just trying to understand everything that was going on around him. So spoiled kid's like, so as you can see, these are the 4 cars in our garage, and this one is the sweetest. And he hops in the car, and it's it's a really nice Porsche, right? So Ethan's like, oh my God, because Ethan had seen some TikTok video of the best cars out there, whatever, the Porsche, whatever. And Ethan's like, oh my God, this is really nice. And the spoiled kid's like, how would you know if it's nice or not, dude? Your family definitely doesn't have one of these cars. Oh, you probably just saw it online or something. So, that is how the poors know about this car. Oh, okay, cool. And Ethan's like, what? And he's like, anyways, do you want to see me drive it around, take it for a sweet spin? And Ethan's like, oh, didn't your mom say no driving the car? The spoiled kid's like, enough from my mom. She's a hater. She takes the L, and I'm going to default dance on her right now and by driving this car. And Ethan's like, okay, well, I don't want to get your mom, I don't want your mom to be mad at us. He's like, dude, stop being lame. Who cares what mom thinks? I don't care. And I'm going to drive this sweet ride. So who cares, bro? And you literally go, okay, so the spoiled kid goes, finds the keys, gets in the car, opens up the garage. I think what the spoiled kid wanted to do was he wanted to drive forward out of the garage, because the car was actually pointed outward, so you could just hit the gas and you could go straight down the driveway. You didn't have to go in reverse or anything. I'm not sure why. Maybe they backed in. Like, I don't know. But that's just how it was, right? So the spoiled kid, he kind of made a mistake, though. Because the spoiled kid, when he took the car out of park, he put the car in reverse instead of drive. So when the spoiled kid slammed on the gas, instead of going, like, speeding down the driveway, right? He accidentally speeds backwards and blows a hole through the car garage. Yeah, so the car garage is like made of like, it's like a barn. So it's not like I don't know, it's not like a house of straw or something, but it's a bunch of like plywood. It's like, it's a barn. It's not that like, I don't know. It's supposed to keep like the elements away from the cars, but it's not like a concrete house, right? So he literally blows through the back of the of the car garage, and the spoiled kid's like, "Ah, crap, dude," and Ethan's like, "Oh my god." Because there's a massive hole in the back of the garage, and this super expensive car is all scratched up and dinged up. And the spoiled kid like gets out of it, and Ethan's like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, it's whatever." Like, oopsie doopsie, I forgot to put the car in drive. This is actually so silly of me. And Ethan is just staring. His mouth is like wide open. He's like, "Silly? Dude, you just ruined the car garage and your dad's super expensive car. Is he not gonna like kill you or something, bro?" And the kid's like, "Dude, don't even worry about it. Like, it's whatever. It really doesn't even matter that much, bro." So Ethan is still kind of just standing there, staring in disbelief. And the spoiled kid's like, "All right, dude, it's actually about dinner time, so let's head back in." And Ethan's like, what if your mom asks about what if your mom asks about the car garage? Like, do I say something?" And he's like, "Dude, don't just say nothing happened. Like, she'll figure it out or whatever. I'll blame it on one of our, like, maids and get them fired. Like, who cares?" Ethan's like, "But we were the ones who did it." And the spoiled kid's like, "Dude, stop being lame. It's just a car. Car is the secret word of the day. If you made it this far into the video, comment car down below. And while you're down in the comment section, look at the pinned comment, because in the pinned comment, there's a link to my Spotify account where you can listen to these stories on Spotify. And then also links to my 2 other YouTube channels. One is a meme channel. I think you'll enjoy it. And another one is another Storytime channel, but specifically a Reddit Storytime channel, which I think you'll also enjoy. Please subscribe to those 2 channels, as it really does help as I'm just starting to grow them. And even like a few viewers actually does help a lot more. So anyways, back to the story. So they're walking back into the main house, and Ethan is like, "Oh my god, like he just destroyed the car garage and messed up his dad's super expensive car, and he's acting so nonchalant about it. Like, is he just accepted his fate? Like, what's going on right now?" But anyways, the spoiled kid's like, "Okay, whatever, just don't say it. If mom asks anything about it, just be like, 'Oh, I don't know, dude.'" And Ethan's like, "Oh, okay, sure, I'll act innocent. I'll act innocent. She won't know. Are there cameras? Will I be on tape? Will I be sent to jail?" In retrospect, Ethan was acting a little crazy, but spoiled kid's like, "Dude, shut up, please. Oh my god, you're fine. Nobody cares. It doesn't even matter, bro." And spoiled kid's, or Ethan's like, "Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I'll calm down." He's like, "Thank you. Oh my god." So eventually they get into the house, and the spoiled kid's mom's like, "Hi, boys. Did I hear a noise?" And the spoiled kid's like, "No, Mom, you're just going crazy." And she's like, "Ah, ha, ha, I guess." And Ethan's like, "What?" And so they walk in, and Ethan's, the spoiled kid, like, spoiled kid's mom's like, "Oh, well, spoiled kid, your dad will be gone tonight. He'll be back tomorrow." And Ethan in his head is like, "Thank God," because his dad's, imagine, he pulls back into the car garage, sees his best car half like in the wall, sees the car garage has been blown up, right, basically. That would probably not be a great introduction. Like, I don't know, Ethan just didn't want to be there when that all went down. So they're sitting down, and the spoiled kid's mom, or the spoiled kid's like, "Mom, what did the servants make us today?" And, spoiled kid's mom's like, "Not this, don't call them servants, buddy. Call them our chefs." He's like, "Whatever, the servants, what did they make us?" And instead of correcting him again, the spoiled kid's mom's like, "Well, they actually made us this really cool, like this really good lobster risotto." The spoiled kid's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Mom. I get it. You're in your little funny mode or whatever, like you like being a little female comedian or whatever, but we're not actually having lobster risotto tonight, right? Like, you're just like messing with me. You're just joshing around, right? And at this point, Ethan is like in his head, he's like, "What's so bad with lobster risotto, bro?" Like, it looks like the spoiled kid is literally about to have a massive meltdown. Like, dude, what? And his mom's like, the spoiled kid's mom's like, "Oh no, honey, like I told you, like it's lobster risotto on Saturday." Like, and the spoiled kid's like, "What? Wait, I specifically remember asking 2 weeks ago if on this Saturday we could have filet mignon." And I don't know, dude, maybe I'm super wrong, but last time I checked, filet mignon and lobster risotto are not the same thing, Mom. I mean, maybe I'm just like the dumbest person ever. She's like, "Sweetie, you're not dumb." He's like, "Maybe I'm just the stupidest person ever, but last time I checked, lobster risotto is not the same thing as filet mignon." Okay. Do you see where I'm coming from, Mom? Because I don't see where you're coming from. Because you're coming from crazy land. The things lobster risotto and filet mignon are the same freaking thing, and they're not, Mom. They're not the same thing. Do you hear me? And he starts yelling. He starts going crazy. And like at this point, like Ethan's like, "Okay, ha ha ha. Maybe it's time I make my exit. Maybe it's time that I just get out of here because this is getting a little weird and a little strange." And yeah, so sure enough, Ethan is just like, "Ah ha ha." And the spoiled kid's like, "Mom, do you not know the difference between filet mignon and lobster risotto?" And she's like, "Honey, I need you to calm down right now. I need you to count to 3 and take 3 big, deep breaths." And he's like, "Mom, I'm not going to take big, deep breaths because I don't have my filet mignon. I don't know this stuff that works out. Always my stuff." And Ethan's like, "Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, whoa, chill, oh my God." And the spoiled kid is like, "This is for you, Mom." And he literally, the spoiled kid stands on his chair, takes the tablecloth and flips it up. All the plates and utensils go flying. They fly all onto the ground. Some plates fly into the wall and shatters into a million pieces. However, there were not only just like plates and forks, right? There was also a ton of active lit candles. So almost immediately, the candles, they all fly into curtains, right? And they almost immediately catch fire. And the curtains, like, I don't know if they were like wicked in freaking gasoline, bro, but they go up in flames. And immediately the spoiled kid's like, "Oopsie doopsie." And the mom's like, "Oh my God, somebody call the fire department." And like, so the chef comes in and the other people who work for them, they're like, "Oh my God, like this is really serious." So someone runs to try and go find the fire extinguisher. Someone goes and calls the fire department. And like the other guy's like, "Everyone, we need to get out of here now. We need to go, like no dilly-dallying. We need to get out of here." So they all run out of the house and they go into the front yard. And Ethan is literally standing there as the spoiled kid's mom is yelling at the spoiled kid. And the spoiled kid is yelling back at his mom like, "Mom, none of this would have happened if you just had filet mignon on the menu. It's all your fault," right? And Ethan is just standing there like, okay. And he's watching as he sees the flames inside get bigger and bigger and like literally start coming on the outside of the house. Like the house was literally catching on fire. So the police department eventually, or the fire department eventually gets there and they're like big hose, whatever. They're doing all this stuff to put out the fire. And the spoiled kid is still yelling at his mom. And that's when Ethan's mom pulls up and is like runs out of the car. It's like, what happened? What happened? And the spoiled kid's mom's like, "Oh yeah." She's like in tears and the spoiled kid is yelling at her. And so Ethan's like, "Hey Mom." And she's like, "Oh my God, you're safe. Okay. What happened here?" And the spoiled kid's like, or Ethan's like, "Oh, well, so basically the spoiled kid, he didn't get filet mignon for dinner. So he flipped the table and all the candles on the table flew everywhere. And some of them hit like curtains and it caught the house on fire. And now that's where we are now." And she's like, "What?" And Ethan's like, "Yeah, Mom, I don't totally get it either, but you just have to trust me on this. The spoiled kid, he basically just burned down his entire house." And the spoiled kid's mom is like, "Why would you do this to our family?" The spoiled kid's like, "Why would you not give me filet mignon for breakfast?" Whatever, right? So Ethan's mom's like, can we just go?" And Ethan's like, I don't think this is I don't think this is a good time to say goodbye. She's like, Ethan, it's not polite to leave without saying goodbye to your hosts. And Ethan's like, Mom, this seems like a very unique situation. Maybe those rules don't always apply. Ethan's mom's still like, bye, Whitney. That was like Spoiled Kid's mom's name. And Whitney turns around and is like, bye, Sam. So Ethan and his mom get in the car, and Ethan's like, Mom, can I just have play dates with my friends from here on out?